Can you please introduce yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Chris Pomare, grandfather in Otara for many years, and the chairman to Ngāti Otara Maraea. I'm from the far north, place called Whakapau Karakia, Hokianga, Pangaru. Moved to Otara in the 80s, getting married and having a few children, and here I am today.
Tēnā koe, ko Maraea tōku ingoa, he uri a Howe no Te Rawa me Ngāpuhi hoki. So my name is Maraea, and my bones, or I'm a descendant from Ngāpuhi tribe and the Te Rawa tribe, both from the far north. So I've born and raised in Otara, and so I'm part of the Ngāti Otara Maraea Committee as well. Kia ora.
Can you please tell us about the importance about Matariki?
Oh, the importance of Matariki. It's probably highlights the trueness of who Te Ao Māori world. The Te Ao Māori world is based on its events from the beginning of time to time in terms of what Matariki is all about. As you know, Matariki being the mother of all stars, we align with the stars in terms of our biological history, if you want to say that, because we align with that. So the importance is that we keep that alive, or that, that Te Ao world, keep it moving forward and passing it on to future generations. So that's important for that.
Can you share about the opening karakia?
Oh, the opening karakia? Yeah, the karakia is all about enhancing our community and bringing them all together to recognise Matariki. To recognise the 9 stars in Matariki, it values its journey throughout the whole 12 months of the year. So you may know some of the names, we can go through that one later, but that's the journey for Matariki, is the whole 12 months of the Māori calendar, if you want to put it that way.
What was important about the marae?
The important of any marae, maybe. But for us in Otara, the marae is a significant aura between heaven and earth, right? So when you have the basis of surrounding yourselves in a place of spiritual being, your aura will go into the heavens to be able to give significance to the Matariki, or the stars, which will highlight and share the different months or different seasons of that year. But for the marae, it's like having your own, archive. So when you have all your whānau come into a marae and you're all based in there and you're all holding one another, the blend of you all becomes strength in that thing. So your aura becomes that, that glow thing, and it just heads into the heavens, sort of thing. So it's important that the marae, any marae in Aotearoa, has the same significance. Memories, past, future, it's all added in that one move. So it's important marae.
What's the Saturday dawn about?
The Saturday dawn about was to give the new light recognition. So when we call everyone and we do a karakia, we share it. The karakia enhances the dawn of the new beginning of the year. So once we understand that, then our journey from that morning dawn, when you wake up in the morning, you look at the beautiful star up there, even though we didn't have a beautiful morning, but the beautiful star up there, and then we journey from that time on till we meet again in the same position 12 months from now. Yeah.
And that the opening karakia was also to start our week of activations within Otara and Papatoetoe to recognise Matariki.
Yeah.
So we wanted to start it then, just to make sure that all the following activations for Matariki have had the karakia, so they're all good to start.
Yeah.
Who attended?
We had the Anglican Church who had come, and they came from Manarua as well. The Māori Anglican Church come to support it. The Papatoetoe Otara Community Board, they were there. We also had the police. The police were there as well. They come to join us in that. We had the Department of Corrections in there as well. They come along to support this. And various other organisations that come. We had mostly council people as well, like Claire and them. So they came in to inject what did they wanted to see, what did they wanted to feel, how did they react to it. So once we did all the karakia for that, we shifted into the wharekai. But I'll just elaborate on before the karakia. The weather was really crappy. We had all our old people ready to be called on, and there was drizzles of rain and everything like that. So we had our kai karanga, our callers, calling them into our unit that we had. That was gifted by the council. Thank you very much, guys. And once they all came and sitted, it was like the mist and the rain just sort of disappeared for that moment until we completed the raising of the flag, the Māori flag. We raised that in our marae at the same time with karikia to give that recognition to the whenua. And we exchanged kōrero. I would open everything up, invite everybody in, and then the manahiri will exchange their kōrero about for the thanking of us joining together for Matariki. And then from there we moved over to the wharekai. And when you're having a feed, everybody just opens up and starts, talking and sharing and, giving their blessing of everything. And there were spots inside the wharekai where people were just chatting and how they enjoyed that morning. And they shared their values about what they feel with the marae and where it's going, because we are building a new build with the marae. So everybody was reflecting on the old, and then they reflected on the opportunity of the new. So that livened up our breakfast, and there was laughter and everything, and Maraea and her team at the head of the food. Food is always the number one card. You look, you go, and you go for it. So that was that morning for me. I thought everything went beautiful. The board and the local board, they exchanged how truly supportive the Pepatau Otara board was going to be, that they wanted to get in and help the marae to, improve or build or support us in our new build. That was the same with the corrections, because, we have people that come through the system from courts that the marae are able to support in terms of in support of helping out with some of the guy or some of the people that come from the courts. Then we have the church, which highlights that wairua karakia thing, gives more energy to you when you see a whole pack of churchgoers that come in to share that morning. We had some of them walking on walkies in a really bad morning, and they came in and they sat in there loving the whole moment. So to me, for that dawn one, on behalf of the community, I thought it was truly a blessing. Truly a blessing.
Like Chris said, our Otara Scorpions Masters netball team, we came in and did the kai, and so that's part of our way of giving back to our community, because we wear the name Otara. So that's our part of giving back, is to do awhi like, awhi kaupapa like Matariki. So I was really proud of the girls. And there is a saying that when you go to an event or something, or kaupapa, the food, whether if it's good, that shows our manakitanga. Yeah. But if it's not good, that'll be the thing that stands out for the whole event. You could have had the best event, but if the kai's not right, it's going to be a failure. But I was very proud of the girls. We put on a really nice kai. But what I really liked too was all the kōrero, all the laughs, because there was a lot of people there that had moved out of Otara but had come in for the day to help celebrate. And then they were saying, this marae's been here for quite a while. We'll be happy to come back and awhi and support the marae with the new build, So we're going to keep them to that word. Yeah. So when we put the call out, we're hoping those people will come back. But we also want to look at working with our other marae whaiora. So we're looking to do some what's the word I'm looking for? Collaboration with them, so that the two marae are working together for the betterment of Māori in our community. Yeah, but it was just the laughing too in the kōrero with the kōrero. There's quite a few cheeky people in there. It was really good.
Some cheeky ones, but a really blessed morning.
Yes. Oh, and just one other thing too. When the Daniel came with his drones. And when Chris was saying, how it was raining and then it just lifted and it just was a beautiful day. So he's got some really good drone footage of how that lifted and it was really nice. He's got some really good...
The purpose of the marae really for me is that as mana whenua, we don't align to Ōtara, even though we brought up our grandchildren here, our children are here. Yeah, the word mana whenua shares amongst all cultures. So we don't stipulate that mana whenua is just Māori, it is everybody. So, and everybody in the activation of a marae, you must have some sort of link to some sort of, platform where it belongs in the Māori realm that we all come in. So it doesn't matter what culture you are, you're still accepted in the house of the marae. Based under mana whenua, because you came here, you built this land, you had children, you have mikopuna now. So the growth of where you stand comes within the marae sector, right? So moving forward on that one, our new look for our marae is because I don't know whether I want to say this, it was built on a gifted land from the council way back in the day. Unfortunately, the land that they gifted wasn't stable enough to hold it for another 50, 60 years due to it being something else. So we're shifting the marae where its purpose is at the front of the main fields or park. So the main park, and then it'll become the po of the park, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So the po becomes the energy of that. So when people come into the park, they come through past the marae, so that gives them that bit of an aura thing. So you go to the sports field, you've got a brand new sports club, you've got everything that the community would love. The idea for that one is for our young people of tomorrow that's coming through. But the purpose that is one of the main goals I personally think is to enhance the beauty of their marae on its first look coming through. Where it is now, so you sort of got to go down the road a bit and then you sort of see your marae. You don't really get that full impact. But if it was out in the front, you're going to get the full impact. And the reason why we move it there, because the ground on one side is not suitable for existing marae at the moment. So, which we are putting too much cost into maintenance rather than making it grow. So the community, my outlook was the community to be involved. Organisations such as Onakia. I discussed yesterday with Onak group about an archive is within the marae. It becomes where you take everything and put it in there. Not physically in terms of books or anything like that, but physically in mana. So when you organise and become aligned with the mana, you become aligned with the purpose of your community and why you want to be this organisation. That's what that is. At the moment, we're all different organisations, but we take our archives over to the library or over to the council building, and that's where it sits. But really, it should go to that goes to the archives of the council and that, but the mana's got to go to the marae. That's where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we also want to do some to re-establish ourselves within the community that we are a hub, that you can come to. So we know out in the community too, there's a lot of whānau that have been disconnected from their roots. Where's the best place to go and find those? The marae.
Yeah.
So reconnection as well. So we want to do some community engagement. So we have got some plans for those going forward. And then once our new build is done, we just carry on our new programs into the new marae once it's built. So the next day was a Sunday. So we had a group come in, a Te Ao Māori focus group that deliver Te Ao Māori programs. So they came in, and part of the activation was to teach everyone or the mātauranga or the knowledge behind Matariki. So, you know, if you didn't know what Matariki was, it was a perfect activation for you to come to. So what they did was they talked about all the whetū. You know, so as we were saying that Matariki is the mother, then they talked about all her children and the significance of each of those whetū. And you know what, if one of them is shining brightly, this Matariki, what does that mean for us in the future? So it was all that kind of mātauranga around what Matariki is. They also had some activations too, so they played some Māori kemu, some Māori games, and they also had 2 stations where you could weave a flax whetū or flax star. So taught us how to do that. And they also had another activation where you could, they had these little pieces of pounamu from the South Island that they brought to the activation, and then they taught us how to weave a net around the pounamu and then turn it into a necklace for you. So yeah, some of the people were able to make 2 or 3 of those to take home for their taonga, and 2 or 3 whetū. And then the icing on the cake was the hāngi as well. So everyone that participated that day got a free hāngi. Yeah. So, but yeah, what I really liked about that, it was Te Ao Māori focused and delivered by with the Te Ao Māori lens on it, to teach us all the importance and what Matariki is all about. So that's what that activation on the Sunday was all about.
Thank you for being today's guests. And thank you everyone for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.